Hi everyone, this is the review for the Unit 5 test. For those of you that are going to be retaking the test, you need to show me your corrections before you can take it. So we're going to go ahead and start going over this. That's going to be tough. Okay, so the first problem. Last week Mary ran 4 miles and 48 minutes, so that's really important. This week she ran 6 miles and 72 minutes. Which of the following things are true? Which of the following statements are true? So we have miles and we have minutes. So she ran 4 miles in 48 minutes. You should be writing this on your paper so that you guys see a way of doing it. You could make a table. And she also ran 6 miles in 72 minutes. So now I'm going to look at the choices. The choices are about proportionality and about rates and rate of change. So the first thing I notice, I'm going to look at is it proportional or not? So if it's proportional, it means we're multiplying. So we're looking to see if I can multiply x to get y. So I'm looking at the relationship. I can find the relationship by dividing y by x. So 48 divided by 4 is equal to 12. And 72 divided by 6 is also equal to 12. They have the same number that you would multiply by to get the other number. So x, if I multiply by 12, I can get y for both of them. So is this proportional or not? It's proportional. So we can then cross out the one that says it's not. So if it's proportional, it can't be not proportional. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to look at is here. Rate of change. Remember, the rate of change is the slope. It's what we do to x to get y. Okay, and we've already determined that. We determined that we multiply x by 12 to get y. So the 12 is our rate of change. So we've got two choices. Rate of change is 12 or rate of change is 44. Which one is it? 12. Our rate of change is 12. So now we come to the other. So if this is true, can she run 3 miles in 40 minutes? Or can she run 2 miles in 24 minutes? So we're going to look at that. So think about this. 3 to 40, or is it 2 to 24? Well, we know that the rate of change is 12. So which one of these, when I multiply by 12, would be right? Is 3 times 12 40? No. Is 2 times 12 24? Yes, 2 times 12 is 24, so that means the second option is correct. At this rate, she can run 2 miles in 24 minutes. Okay, so when you have a question like that, even though it may seem overwhelming because you're looking at 3 different things, just think about what you know about relationships between x and y. If it's proportional, you're going to find your rate of change, and then you can apply that rate of change to a new situation, so 2 and 24. Okay? That one was about 80% got it right. So that was not one that everybody did too poorly on. I was actually really pleased with how most kids did on this problem. How many of you think you got it right? Okay, how many of you think you got it wrong? Okay, what do you think you put in there that was wrong? What do you think was confusing about this? Genesis? Oh, the middle two with the rate of change? Okay, this is also the slope. So it's the number that you multiply. Okay, so make sure you're studying that. All right, let's look at the next one. We have a table. And the table, we're finding the slope. So the slope is also known as the rate of change. So the rate of change is going to be the number that I multiply x by to get y. Okay, if it's slope, we know that there's something that you do to x to get y. Okay, so what do I do to negative 3 to get negative 12? What do I do to 0 to get 0? 2 to get 8, 7 to get 28. What number do I multiply by x to get y? When we have a proportional relationship, that number is called the rate of change, and it's also called the slope. So what would I multiply, for example, 2 by to get 8. 4. This is a times 4 relationship, so our slope or rate of change is 4. So you're looking for the relationship between x and y. Brianna? Did you just... Okay, so Brianna, you picked negative. You went from -3 to -12. That's a -9. That might have been how you got A, because -3 minus 9 is -12. But you have to check all the numbers, because 2 minus 9 is not 8. And 7 minus 9 is not 28. So when you're looking for slope, you're looking for the number that you multiply x by to get y. You're looking at that relationship. That's our rate of change. Remember when we did, we used k for rate of change? That's the same thing. And we took y and we divided by x. K is the same thing as slope. So we can take y. We can pick any of these, even 28 and 7. 28 divided by 7. And we still get 4. It's the rate of change or the slope. All right. Let's look at the next question. So number 3, which equation is y equals 2x? All right. What in that equation do I know about the line? I know it's proportional. It's proportional. It's proportional. So if it's proportional, where is that line going to go through? It's going to go through 0, 0. That's what I know. What else do I know? What's the 2? The 2 is the what? The slope. The slope is 2. So the slope is 2. So my rise is equal to 2. And my run is 1. Okay? So I'm going to look first to see which graphs go through 0, 0. Does the first one go through 0, 0? Yes. Yes, so far. Does C go through 0, 0? Does it go here? No, so it can't be C. Does B go through 0, 0? No, so it can't be B. So now we're down to 2 different ones. So it's either A or D. So once we know that it's proportional, now we're going to check for the what? What did we say was 2? The slope. The slope. So remember, you take 2 points. So go ahead and do that on your paper. Let's make 2 points on D. And then I'm going to calculate the slope. It's rise over run. So I'm going to go up how many? 1. And I'm going to go over how many? 2. So the slope for this is 1 over 2. Is that what the problem told us? No. So because the slope is 1 over 2, it can't be D. It must be A. So now let's look at A. And we know it's right, but let's confirm it. Okay, so I'm going to find 2 points. I can do 1 at the origin, 1 right here. I'm going to go up how many? 2. And over how many? 1. So my slope is rise over run, which is 2 over 1. So my slope is what? 2. So the slope is 2. So the correct answer is A. Make sense? And the questions we've been practicing all week should be helping you with this. The warm-ups. Okay, problem number 4. All right, so again, this is very similar to the last problem, except it says that it passes through point 1, 2, and it has a slope of 2. Okay, what I would do first, the easiest way to do this, is I would look for a point 1, 2 on each of the lines. Do that first. So go ahead and plot 1, 2 on every graph. Remember, 1, 2 is x, y. So 1 on the x, 2 on the y. So if I look at A, it's 1 on the x, it's 2 on the y. So far that's a possibility. B, 1 on the x, 2 on the y. Does it work? On B? Does that point? Is it on B? 1, 2? Okay. So far it could be B. And let's look at C. Oh, I'm sorry, that was C. B. 1, 2 works, right? But what about this one? 1, 2. What point is this? Is that 1, 2 right there? No, that's what? 2, 1. So the only one so far we can eliminate is D. So let's eliminate it. Let's just cross it out just like that. All right? Let's look at B. Let's check the slope. What did it say the slope is? What do we want the slope to be? 2 again. Okay, so I'm going to take 2 points. Maybe this point and this point. Okay? How many did I go up? 2. How many did I go over? 2. So the slope is 2 over 2, which is equal to what? So m is equal to 1. So could B be the answer? Could B be the answer? No, because the slope is 1. So let's go up. So it's not D. It's not B. Let's look at A and C. Okay? So let's look at or A first. I'm going to go up 1 and over, I'm sorry, not up 1, up 2, right? Because I'm going to look at these 2 points. So that's up 2 over 1. So what's the slope of this? 2 over 1, which is 2. So what's our answer? A, again. Now B, or C, is 1 over 2, which is 1/2, just like the last one. So it can't be C. Making sense? All right. Let's look at number 5. We're halfway there almost. Okay, when Lori is born, Melissa is already 4 years old. Let X represent the age of Lori and let Y represent Melissa's age. Which equation best represents the situation? Okay, think about it. If Melissa is already 4, our graph is going to start at what? 4. This is our starting point. So no matter what, no matter how old Lori is, what are we going to have to do to Lori's age to get Melissa's age? Add 4. Add 4. You see this? Already 4 years old. That's our starting point. I hope we're all writing these notes down so that we'll be ready for the retake. Now, sometimes it's not that easy to figure it out from the words. Do you guys know what we can do if the words are kind of confusing? We can make a what? Make a table. A table will be easier. So if we make a table, it says X is the age of Lori and Y is the age of Melissa. So when Lori is 0, when she's first born, how old is Melissa? 4. You see that? And that's our y-intercept. And when Lori is 1, how old is Melissa? 5. When Lori is 2, how old is Melissa? 6. So what's our relationship between X and Y? Plus 4. So it's an additive relationship, and it's Y equals X plus 4. This would be if Lori was, or Melissa was 4 times Lori's age. But it's 4 more than, not times. Okay? Yes?
How would you know if it's times?
If she was 4 times older, or for every year that Lori was, Melissa was 4 years, so then it would be 1 and 4, 2 and 8, 3 and 12. You could see, but if you're not sure, that's why it's really good to make a table or just write down the numbers and see how they change based on the scenario. Good question. All right, number 6 is asking for y-intercept. Y-intercept is the additive relationship. It's what's happening. It's the starting point of the graph. So you're looking for what's being added to x to get y. Okay? What do you notice about the numbers from -3 to -13, -1 to -11? Are they going up or are they going down? From -3 to -13, the numbers are decreasing. They're going down. So that means we're subtracting or adding a negative. What are they going down by? -3 to -13. 3 to 13, what is that? 3 to 13? Are we writing this down, ladies? 10. So it's going down by 10. See? -3 minus 10 is -13. -1 minus 10 is -11. 1 minus 10 is -9. And 3 minus 10 is -7. So our additive relationship, we're subtracting 10, so that's our y-intercept. So the y-intercept is the number that you're adding. The slope is the number that you multiply. Okay? So when it asks for y-intercept from a table, this was one of the most missed questions. You guys are forgetting what to do. I had a lot of people give me 2 because they looked at it this way. You see how it's going up by 2? Don't look at it up and down. Look at it, the relationship between x and y. Most of you put 2, but it's wrong. Okay, 7. Match each line, and the answer's already given for you. When I printed it out, there's the answer. But I want to show you, there was a bunch of different choices here, and these are the correct choices. When I do a printout, it just prints out some of them as they are. But I want to show you how you could check it. It says the line passes through -6, -10. I want you to make a point on this graph at -6 on the x and -10 on the y. So go to -6 and then go to -10. -6, down -10. Do you see how it hits the line? And it tells you it has a y-intercept of 4. What does the y-intercept mean? It's where the line hits the what? No. It's where the line hits the y. You see the y? You see where it hits the y? See how it hits right there? That's the y-intercept. It hits it at 0, -4. So you look for the point and you look for the y-intercept. That's easy. Y-intercept is where it hits. It's easier than slope because it's just one point on the y-axis. Okay, let's look at the second one. It says it's at 2, 6. So make a point at 2, 6. You see how it hits it? So that was why that was the answer. And then where am I going to put a point for the y-intercept of 4? At 4. You're going to make the point right there. See how it hits both of them? That's why that was the correct answer. So when you have questions like this that are click and drag or multiple choice, just do what it says and either look on your screen, or if you need to use a piece of graph paper to plot it, you should be able to see and look and match up these graphs with their descriptions. Do we go to the next page? Or do I scroll down? Next page. Okay, so watch. You see how this says y equals x plus -4? What is the -4? That's our what? Y-intercept. So you simply look at the graph for where it hits y at what? -4. So look. So I'm going to take my highlighter and I'm going to take this one. Does it hit at -4? No. What's the y-intercept for this one? 2. The y-intercept for this is 2. So that's not right. Do you guys see? Does that make sense? So look at the second one. You see where, oops, I went too far. My y hits the line. Where does my y hit the line this time? 4. So what's this? Is it the right answer? It is the right answer. It is not the right answer. Why is it not the right answer?
Because it hits
So that's 4, and we want -4. I almost got it wrong myself. So let's move down to the next one. For B, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take this here, and then this one. Where is the y-intercept on that one? -2. So the y-intercept here is -2. So that can't be it. So it must be the last one, which is, check it out. Where does it hit the y-intercept? -4. So the correct answer is D, because the y-intercept, it's hitting the y at -4. Okay, but you're gonna do well this time. Okay, so we have what, 2 more problems? Number 9. So this one, I'm gonna see if I can. I think it's this. Oh, it's not gonna let me. I think if I go here, yeah, there we go. So now we can look at the whole thing. So if you look at, you're looking at the 2 correct representations. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the table. See how it's 0, 3? I'm going to look for the graph. Is 0, 3 there? Yes. 1, 4. 1, 4. Is it there? Yes. And then 2, 5 is there. So I know this must be the table. Okay? And then I'm going to look at the 2 different options. Well, we know it's not this. James is 3 years older than Lisa, or James can buy action figures for $3 each. So let's think about it. If X is James, nope, X is going to be Lisa. If X is Lisa and Y is James, let's think about it. It says James is 3 years older than Lisa. If Lisa is 0, would James be 3? If Lisa is 1, would James be 4? If Lisa is 2, would James be 5? Okay? So that's the correct answer. The 3, this one would actually go with what? This would go with this one because it's times 3. Okay? So the best answers here would be those. So just check your points with your table and then look at the verbal descriptions. Last problem. Okay? So this one again was already put in there for you. You can see the answers are there. But let me show you how you do it. You can use your calculator and you're just going to plug in the numbers. So if I know y equals 2x, if that's one of my choices, I'm going to take the numbers here. If I multiply -1 by 2, do I get -2?
Yes.
Yes. If I multiply 3 by 2, do I get 6? Yes. If I multiply 0 by 2, do I get 0? Okay, so on and so forth. So that's why this one matches. Okay, this one, if I multiply 1 by -2, do I get -2? 3 times -6, -2, I get -6. So you see what you do? You can just plug in your x's and see if you get the y values. So that's why those were the matches. See how this one's going down by 1? 5 minus 4 is 1. That's your 1. 3 minus 2 is 1. There's your going down by 1. So you can just check the numbers and see which function rule they match. So you see how these are going up by 1? They're going up by 1. You're adding 1. You can see that. So you guys just need to, don't be so afraid of the tables. They're not complicated. You just look at the rules and see what's happening to x to get y. All right, that's it for our review, for our retake. Have a great day.